When he came in, his first encounter was with the registration team. "What would you like to be called?" He said, "AI." They looked at him with shock. They said, "That's not allowed." "Give us a real name," they asked. In a calm, reassuring tone, with a smile on his face, he said, "Zadok." A pretty unusual name, and an unknown one on the gaming scene on this side of the country. Very quickly, that name spread like wildfire in the Nest, as he took down established names in the Nest in the group stage of episode 8. What audacity! Who was this fellow? Well, the man from Calabar started to silence the doubters until he got to the quarterfinals. Then, we had to ask about his name. It was then we knew the man from Calabar was actually the priest from Calabar. And so, his journey continued until he defeated all opponents in the Nest to secure the last ticket to the Night of Champions, the final piece of the puzzle.
Vamos!
My name is AI Zadok. I'm the final piece of the puzzle, and I'll be competing at the Night of Champions.
Getting to the Night of Champions was no mean feat. Many had tried without success, and this priest from Calabar not only conquered the Nest, but paraded the best defense the Nest saw in Season 1. And so, his quest for the ultimate throne at the Night of Champions began. Being one of the middle four, he was picked to be in Group A, a group that had Baji Jr., Mitch, and Mr. Ogre, the champions of Episode 2, 4, and 7, respectively. His first match of the day against Mitch. His Real Madrid against Mitch's Germany. Mitch started the charge, pinning Zadok in his own half. But Zadok did well in keeping him at bay. Mitch broke through again with some splendid attacking combination and hit the bar at the 20th minute as Zadok continued to struggle to get into the game. And at the 30th minute, Mitch eventually broke through. He had been knocking for so long. Conceding the goal woke Zadok up, and he immediately attempted an attack of his own and almost scored, if not for great goalkeeper movement by Mitch. At the 42nd minute, Zadok had his own say. Beautiful dribbling and pace from Mbappe through the middle sliced Mitch's defense like hot knife through butter. 1-1 to bring the first half to a close. The second half was even more close. It's all about tiny margins here, and it was all defensive masterclass from both players. 58th minute, Zadok defending. 68th minute, Mitch defending the player lock. But nothing came together for both players attacking-wise. 88th minute, Zadok. 89th minute, Mitch. And the second half ended goalless. The game ended 1-1, and Zadok had 1 point in the bag. Everyone in Group A had tie at the first round to show how tough this competition was. Zadok had to try to break away now, and he had to try to do that against the champion of Episode 7, Mr. Ogre. Zadok with his 6-match unbeaten streak at the Nest, and Mr. Ogre with his 9-match unbeaten streak at the Nest. Real Madrid versus France. Mr. Ogre starts strong as he tries to extend his streak, but Zadok gets the first big chance of the day. 10th minute, Mr. Ogre saves it with beautiful goalkeeper movement. But Zadok continued and was able to make it 1-0. The battle for control continued between both players until the 29th minute when Mr. Ogre created magic but couldn't hit the back of the net. He continued applying pressure until he created another big chance in the 31st minute. Zadok was now riding his luck, and he needed to wake up to manage the press from Mr. Ogre. Zadok continued to lose possession repeatedly in his half, as he couldn't break through Mr. Ogre's press. Mr. Ogre continued. The press happened till the end of the first half, as he pinned Zadok back, but Zadok still survived. The second half started with Zadok trying to get a grip on the game with some passing. Mr. Ogre's press remained irrepressible, but he couldn't still break down Zadok's defense. At the 62nd minute, Mr. Ogre eventually broke through Zadok's defense. But despite what seemed to be a goalkeeper save, the corner wasn't awarded, leaving everyone bamboozled. The gods of EA must be on Zadok's side, and at 68 minute, Zadok eventually had his chance to make it 2-0, but couldn't. What a game! If Zadok wins, he has one leg in the semis. The pressure was palpable. Zadok grew into the game and was now breaking the press much more frequently, but still couldn't produce the moment of magic. 83rd minute, and Zadok had another chance to kill the game, but still couldn't. Zadok started game management at the 87th minute and ran away with the result. 4 points in the bag from 2 games, and Zadok had a leg in the semis. His final match was against Barji Jr. For Barji, the match was a must-win, both using Real Madrid. Zadok with one leg in the semis, Barji needing a win to have one leg in the semis. Zadok, however, seemed to be the one with more fire, as he created the first big chance of the game at the 10th minute. He couldn't score, and that triggered Barji, who immediately countered with an attack of his own. And at 18 minute, Barji was ahead, 1-0. Barji continued to apply pressure, but missed a chance at the 20th minute. Zadok continued to come back into the game, and his efforts eventually brought fruits, and he pulled a goal back at the 43rd minute. 1-1 at half-time with everything on the line. The second half resumed, and Barji struck with a beautiful green-timed trivela, the first trivela of the tournament. 2-1, Zadok behind. Zadok continued to chase, but nothing was coming through just yet. He eventually got the chance at the 67th minute, but his composure failed him. Zadok continued to press, and that press eventually paid off as it forced mistakes off Barji. Beautiful chance created from the press was finished off by Zadok at the 70 minute. 2-2. A draw cements Zadok's second position in the group and his place in the Night of Champions. But his hopes were dashed in the 78th minute as Barji went ahead again for the third time of the day. And this time, he adjusted his tactics to lock up the defense. And Barji maintained his lead until the 90th minute, when Zadok's press broke Barji's attempt at ratting. Barji conceded a throw-in, and that's all Zadok needed. The rest is history, as Zadok punished Barji to secure his semi-final spot. Semi-final secured from sheer will, and the priest, after seeing the future and saying it 3 times prior, finally got his chance at 0-0-1. Adefola, who finished top of Group B. And so the semi-final began. Zadok's Real Madrid against Adefola's VfL Bochum. Having known Mitch had qualified, both players were looking to secure the second spot in the final. Very quickly, at the 11th minute, Zadok broke through the middle again with Mbappe and chipped the goalkeeper. But this was literally saved on the line. What a way to start! Adefola quickly replied with an attack of his own, using directional runs and his big centre forward to break through. And he immediately scored the first goal of the game at 15 minutes. And as if to press the advantage of the momentum, he broke through again at the 25th minute, but couldn't hit the target. Zadok now at the edge of his seat, riding his luck. But luck was not going to be enough. For the devastating combination of plays, Adefola was going to pull in the 38th minute. But Zadok was not going to back down. He pulled a first time up through out of his hat at the 43rd minute. But again, couldn't find the finish. Zadok now 2 goals down and entering half-time. Wishing he had applied more power on his chip earlier. wishing he finished off his 43rd minute chance. But in the second half, Adefola continued to show why he is the Nigerian EA Iniesta. Close control and dribbling in full flow, but Zadok was still not backing down. Created another beautiful opening in the 63rd minute and missed again. This is not going his way. Another miss added to the wish list. But the ultimate moment came at the 67th minute. Zadok winning the ball with a press, dribbled through Adefola's defense and secured a penalty just when he was about to apply the finish. This was the moment to cut the lead in half and chase the game like a thief in Oyingbo Market. But no, his fourth big miss of the game, pain in his eyes. Undoubtedly, this second half was his, but he couldn't take his chances. At the 75th minute, Zadok finally gets off the mark by scoring, but it was just too late. Between Fola's brilliant ball control and the pressure of time, Zadok couldn't pull the comeback. The priest from Calabar, who long ago foresaw this matchup, fell short and bowed out of the Night of Champions. A champion who has without a doubt announced his name to all and sundry.